Welcome. So this is my second Brothers War quick draft. So my first one, I went for a mono green deck because I opened Titania's Command in pack 1. There didn't seem to be a lot of good reasons to shift out of green, and yeah, it went pretty well. I finished 5-3, so we'll just see if we can improve on that today. Well. Portal to Phyrexia. Yeah, I've been running into this in a lot of standard games. The Reanimator deck. What's interesting, something I noticed that some of the other rare cards, the rare artifacts, they'll have or creatures. They'll have enter the board effects that only work when the spell is cast. So, I guess they. I feel like the sacrifice 3 creatures should only work if you cast this. That's just my personal opinion. I don't. It seems a little bit overpowered for the reanimation strategies, but I guess it's fine. I guess we'll just have to put up with it. Anyway, I'm definitely first picking that. We have a rare retro artifact, the Well of Lost Dreams, for 4. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. If you do, draw X cards. Ooh, oh my. Well, I'm thinking we could play a white reanimation deck with some life gain. That could be pretty good. There are other good white cards in this. I mean, we don't know if we're playing white. I just know that there's. I'm very familiar with the white bring target artifact back from your graveyard into play card, which costs 5. So I've got an idea that we'll be playing white. Lawrence Escape is quite a good protection card that can even protect an artifact like our portal. Prison Sentence is a really good removal card. It's a pacifism effect. It doesn't take the creature out of play, but it does stop it from attacking and blocking, which is usually good enough. There are some creatures like from Dominaria United, of course. You've got Sheoldred, which does something quite powerful without needing to attack or block. But I think let's swing for the fences here. This is Well of Lost Dreams looks like an incredible life gain payoff card, so we'll go for that. We have another retro artifact, rare, which is Defense Grid. Each spell costs 3 more to cast except during its controller's turn. So this is quite a good card for shutting down counter spells. I think it's not good in draft. And I just have to have a think now. Do I want another retro artifact rare that won't be usable? Probably. Yeah, I think I'm rare drafting this. And we'll just cut this immediately. That's not playable. But I am just greedy for rares. Right, Pyrrhic Blast. Okay, this is like a fling, I believe. 4 mana fling. Pyrrhic Blast deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to any target and draw a card. So it's a cantrip fling for 4 mana. Is it good? It might be good. I know in this pack we're pretty weak on white cards. Just Survivor of Coolest. This is sort of a filler creature. 1/1 first strike for 1. Nothing special. Spectrum Sentinel, protection from multicolored. Now, okay, when a non-basic land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. Yeah, this is more of a standard card. not great here. We kind of have fingers crossed my opponent is using a Evolving Wilds or something. Or they have some rare lands. And I can draw a card off Well of Lost Dreams with it. It feels like a long shot, this card. I've got to think about taking something a bit better, I think. Okay, Might Stone's animation. That could turn a Power Stone into a 4/4 creature, and you draw a card. It's a good card. Machine Over Matter's pretty good. Desynchronize pretty good. So basically bounce spells. This bounces it to the library though. Disfigure's a good removal spell. -2/-2. Moment of Defiance is a decent combat trick. Again, that's another cantrip. So yeah, there's a few decent cantrips here. But Excavation Explosion is probably the best card here. So 3 damage to any target. It is sorcery speed. Makes a Power Stone token. So I think getting a bunch of Power Stones is another way of getting out our portal. So we're definitely interested in ramp cards like this one. But I am interested in Pyrrhic Blast. But this just... You kind of need to get cards that support this plan. And we've already got a build around card, I think. You can argue that you can sacrifice a creature with this, bring it back with Portal to Phyrexia, but it's kind of missing the point. We need to get out Portal to Phyrexia. So I think any really good ramp spells like Excavation Explosion are going to be good. Right, there's Liquid Metal Coating. There's a very sort of edge case kind of strategy here where you play this with lots of artifact removal. So you can kill anything. Sushig, Haveguard. When he dies, you add 8 colorless mana. It is an 8 mana construct. So that would be another big payoff for having lots of Power Stones or artifact reanimation. Okay, we have Power Stone Engineer. Will leave behind a Power Stone token. Coilless Rock makes a Power Stone token and is a decent flyer. So that's worth considering. Right. Combat trick. I think we can just ignore combat tricks. We're not going aggressive. We are swinging for the fences. We're playing... Yeah, we're going to be massive, sort of late game control, really. Late game ramp. Goblin Firebomb. Another payoff for having lots of mana. This doesn't give us mana. Evolving Wilds fixes our mana. So, Evolving Wilds is fantastic. I feel like we should take this. Or we take another really expensive card. It's kind of a cool card, this. But do we need anything else other than Portal to Phyrexia that's expensive? I guess there is that argument, if you've got that sacrifice to do damage card, if you have you might have a situation where you can sacrifice this, get 8 mana, then play a Portal to Phyrexia and bring it back. It sounds a bit mad though. It doesn't sound reliable at all. Coilless Rock is a 5 mana creature. And Power Stone Engineer. Well, I think there's a lot of interesting cards here. But I think Evolving Wilds is a good investment. We don't know what the deck's going to be. This is going to help us fix our mana. Okay. Gruesome Realization. It's quite a commitment to black. Right, recommission brings back a small artifactal creature. Which is quite good. Scrapwork cohort. Decent 4-drop. But we've got Argothian Opportunist here that makes a Power Stone token, so that's a very solid ramp card. I didn't think I was going to go into green, but that helps our overall ramping plan. So I think we've got to take this one. I have forgotten a bit about the life gain plan, but we can always drop Well of Lost Dreams. Oh wow, arms race. Okay. Yes, so this is a way of cheating out Paul to Phyrexia. I have in the guide I read, they said this card will ruin your deck. Don't play it. I see that as a challenge sometimes. Mishra's Juggernaut is just solid and good. Just 5. Yeah, I got killed by one of these, but well, my opponent had removal for all of my blockers that I was trying to use. So this is the sensible choice here, and this is the crazy choice. And we will get the last card out of this pack. There'll be 8 more picks, and then I'll get the last card. I wonder if Arms Race will be the last card. It could be. But no, I'm not going to risk that. I'm going to go for Arms Race because it's just definitely a nice combo with Portal to Phyrexia. I can't resist it, I think. Okay, Combat Thresher, yeah, comes into play, draws a card. Pretty good. Frontliner, the Ornithopter. We have Stone Retrieval Unit. This makes a Power Stone. So, and we will not get any more picks from this pack. So it's either Combat Thresher or Stone Retrieval Unit. We're already, that's going to put us into 3 colours as well. This could be a 3/3 first strike, which is quite good. We can Arms Race this out as well. It'll draw us a card. So Arms Race goes pretty well with this one. I think we'll take a Combat Thresher. And maybe we can go 3 colours. It's funny that this isn't even a legendary artifact. So if you use Splitting the Power Stone on it, you won't even draw a card. It's a shame, really. Missed opportunity. Ivory Tower is life gain. It goes really well with Well of Lost Dreams, I think. Tempting. So this is my other silly idea in the deck. I think it's either going to be amazing or we're going to go 0/3. Scrapwork Cohort would be a sensible choice. Let's not go sensible. Let's go for the Ivory Tower. Great Desert Prospector makes loads of Power Stones potentially if you have a lot of creatures. So that's going to help our ramp plan. Okay, that puts things on the bottom of the library. Okay. Great Desert Prospector. I don't think I ever played the guy in a deck. guess he'll make at least one power stone, which is quite good. Okay, forging the anchor. Okay, that's... yeah, that would be a 4th colour. We do have a lot of artifacts, so this would be the right deck for this card. Union of the Third Path, though, is just pretty good. Just draws you a card, gains you a bunch of life. We need to... I think we're going to need to stall with this deck. Energy Refractor is mana fixing and card draw, so that's probably necessary if we're going multiple colours. I think that has to take precedence here. I think I don't want to go blue as well. Probably desynchronize is maybe the best one here, but I'll just grab the Spectrum Sentinel. 1/2 creature for 1. We might get our life gain from it, possibly. Liquid Metal Coating, Goblin Firebomb, or the Dig Site. If we're going 3 colours, I guess we might not be able to afford a colourless land, is what I'm thinking. This is another big mana payoff. This would be good. This would be another crazy idea, which would be good with things that blow up artifacts. But I think we've already got 2 crazy ideas in the deck, so let's get a Fireball. That fits with the ramp idea. I think I prefer Gaea's Gift. Retrieval Agent. Just a big blocker. Okay. Well, that's good. That's a very good one. Rare to hit. An artifact who's also got green unearth. So, yeah, fantastic. We'll take that one. There's also Scrap Trawler, which is a rare retro artifact. But I think a rare Brothers War card outranks a rare retro artifact. That's my theory. Right, what do we have here? Lay Down Arms isn't going to happen here. This gets artifacts into the graveyard and ramps out our mana. If we can find that reanimation card, this makes a lot of sense. This is could be part of our combo. We don't do this. Elsewhere Flask is mana fixing, draws a card. It's a bit like another Energy Refractor. That's pretty good. Prison Sentence is removal though. We are a little bit low on removal. I think we have to take this Prison Sentence. Union of the Third Path is good. We hope that wheels around, I think. Right, okay, let's take the Prison Sentence. Right. Hey, why am I... Decent 1-drop, I guess. It's Union of the Third Path. So we've committed a bit more to white now. We've got Prison Sentence. The Dwarven Forge-Chanter. Prowess is any non-creature spell. That's a pretty decent 2-drop, and we're running... Looks like we're going to be running a fair number of non-creature spells. We've only got 5 creatures so far. So that could be good. Sibling Rivalry makes a Power Stone token. We don't have a way of sacrificing things yet, and we're not going to be playing black. So I don't think that's going to be as good. Unleash Shelp, just some heavy duty removal. That's going to be good. Do we want This is a tricky choice though, the 5 mana removal or the 2 mana creature. We do have a lot of top end already. Maybe a 5 mana removal spell isn't as good as all that. I think, yeah, Dwarven Forge-Chanter could be okay here. Okay, this, so 2/3 for 4 gives flying, but basically on my turn, so it's kind of offensive flying. It's okay, but not great, I think. The levitating statue is fantastic, though, because this can be a flyer on my opponent's turn, and I do have a lot of non-creature stuff happening in the deck. Dwarven Forge-Chanter, as we know, is pretty good, but I think it's outranked by levitating statue. Okay, Mishra's research desk gives us a bit of fixing, potentially, bit of card advantage. Skyfisher Spider is an excellent spell, but it means splashing black. And you need to sacrifice a creature to actually use this. Our creature count is very low, so maybe... I mean, this is a great card. It's probably the best uncommon in the set. But we just don't have the deck for this card, I think. Ichor Wellspring is a great card draw card when you're sacrificing artifacts. You can throw it out with Arms Race and draw 2 cards. But this Deadly Riposte is removal and life gain. That ticks 2 of the boxes that we want in the deck. Ocean Medic would be probably okay because it's lifelink. And then there's another Revolving Wilds, which is pretty tempting. So I think we don't have a way of sacrificing Ichor Wellspring right now. We might get one later. I think I like Deadly Riposte. Removal and life gain early on, I think, is important here. Right, Recruitment Officer looks for creature cards with mana value 3 or less, which we're going to be a bit short on. Overwhelming Remorse is a very good creature removal card, but we're not going to put a lot of creatures in the graveyard. It's kind of funny to not pick this card. But we might ignore it. Sibling Rivalry. It makes a Power Stone, but we're missing that way of sacrificing creatures. So it's kind of saying, hey, we need black in the deck as well. It's looking a bit ugly at the moment, the deck, I've got to say. Only 6 creatures. I think I'm going to take Overwhelming Remorse. We'll just see if we can splash black and go 4 colours. Seems crazy, but it's a bit too good to ignore, I think. Right, you can bounce permanents and bring them back. Really good with come into play effects. Imagine bouncing Portal to Phyrexia and replaying it. That would be pretty cool. That is another crazy plan. Good with Combat Thresher. That draws a card. Good with Desert Prospector. And Simian Simulacrum. Argothian Opportunist as well. So we are quite good on come into play effects. Colour this rock would mean going blue, but that's another Power Stone token. It's the Giga Mole. I don't think we're going for that. The Stone Retrieval Unit is another Power Stone token maker. Not the best card in the world, but maybe we need to pick this because we don't want to splash blue for this. We need Power Stones, we need ramp. I'm tempted by the meticulous excavation though. This goes very well. This says sort of use this with unearthed things. Do we have unearth particularly in the deck? Simian Simulacrum. Yeah, it works with Simian Simulacrum. Okay, I think this is a really dumb card to pick, but I'm going to pick it. Okay, go aggressive with a 1-drop, but we're a multicolored deck. At least looking like 3 or 4 colors. I think we ignore this. We're not going to get it out on turn 1. That's when it's going to be good. Okay, Symmetry Matrix is another card draw thing. If you've got creatures with power equal to their toughness, so you're looking for tokens are the simplest thing. And it's when it enters the battlefield, so it doesn't work with Levitating Statue. I don't think it works with anything I've got, I'm guessing. Only Combat Thresher. So ignore that. Decasia's Onulet gains a bit of life. Ah, yes. So that's actually important for one of our plans. But also Union of the Third Path is good for that plan. But do we want an actual creature that actually gives us 2 life gain triggers as well? Tricky one. I think because we've got Simian Simulacrum, that we kind of want. This says we want more creatures. I think I'll go for the Onulet here. Yotian Medic is life gain potentially. Power Stone Fracture. That's a sacrifice outlet and it destroys something. Sacrifice artifact or creature. Is there anything we can sacrifice that we want to sacrifice? Maybe Energy Refractor, maybe. And Power Stones and things. But it's a cheap black removal spell. We're not really into black that much. Sibling Rivalry makes the Power Stone token. This could go well with Sibling Rivalry. We'll just go Yotian Medic, so we've got another source of life gain for the Well of Lost Dreams. Yeah, okay, I think maybe that's the way we're going. We're actually getting a bit of life gain now, and we'll just go with that theme. Blanchwood Prowler is quite a good 2-drop. Union of the Third Path is our life gain card again. This helps you hit your drops. We don't, but it also mills you for 2. Could mill something important, and we don't have the card that reanimates just yet. I'll take Union of the Third Path here, I think. And we've got a lot of 2-drop spells, but not 2-drop creatures. Gnawing Vermin, Swift Foot Boots, Union of the Third Path. Okay, a Fog of War could start to be good here. It's life gain, it prevents combat damage. I will prefer Union of the Third Path though, because it's a cantrip. Forging the Anchor, but so this is the tricky part. Do we take a 3-drop creature or Fog of War? Because it's interesting. I would never usually play Fog of War, but this is looking potentially like that kind of deck, where we do care about life gain. How many 3-drop creatures do we have? 3, 4. We've got 4. Did I say 4? I think that's 3. Yeah, I've got 3 creatures. We definitely don't want to mill cards at the moment, so we'll ignore that one. It's between solid 3-drop creature or Fog of War. I think let's do something weird and cool, and let's play Fog of War, because it's life gain, and it delays. Okay, yeah, that's another mill card. Let's take another Yotian Medic. Let's take the Burrowing Razormaw this time. We don't want to play that. Retrieval Agent. Okay, interesting. We get a red and white rare. Discard all cards in your hand and draw that many cards. You may choose an artifact or creature card with mana value 1. Do the same for artifact or creature, mana value 2 and 3, and return them to the battlefield. Ooh. Okay, that's fantastic. There's Semblance Anvil as well, which is the retro artifact rare. You enter the battlefield, you can exile a non-land card from your hand, and spells that you cast that share a card type with the exiled card cost. Exiled card costs 2 less to cast. So I think, yeah, that's a good ramp card for. You could do that with artifacts to make them cost 2 less, which could be amazing. So yeah, make Pull to Phyrexia just cost 7, would be reasonable. Okay, I think we're definitely a Queen Kayla Bin Krug deck now. We're going to look for 1, 2, and 3 mana things, and that are creatures or artifacts. So we're doing okay. We've got 3 1-drop things that qualify. We've got 1, 2, 3 things, 3 2-drops that qualify. So I think we need I'd like a few more 2-drops. And we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops. If we want to go towards a creature deck, there's Falagi Vanguard, which is pretty amazing. 2, 3 first strike and pumps things by 2 power. Recommission gets us a cheap artifact back. National's Harvester, it's Graveyard Hate. I don't think we're a soldier deck at this point though. We don't have. Yeah, okay, we've got 3 soldiers. But look at that mana curve. That is very based around 3-drops. But this is the best card. We'll take this. We'll just try and address our 2-drop slot here. And we might start moving back towards kind of a regular kind of deck. Definitely want to play white-red. We might consider dropping green. And that we'll see if we can just make a regular deck. We missed out on getting the white reanimation card to go with Portal to Phyrexia. So I don't know if this will be playable. I think I'll have to. I think I've got to put it in the deck, but potentially he would get it out with Arms Race. I don't know if we play Arms Race, to be honest. Right, another big artifact here though. Spotothopter. That would be blue to prototype it. It's quite good. But I think the Horn Stone Seeker is pretty nice. That makes a Power Stone token. You lose one when it dies, so that's good red ramp. Gaea's Corsair. That's great when you have a graveyard strategy with and a creature deck. We're up to 12 creatures now. We're thinking we might drop green. Warlord's Elite, pretty good. 4/4 creature. But what do we need? We need 2 drops. There's Atomical Honor Guard down here, but I think we take the Hornstone Seeker. Okay, another great Desert Prospector. Hero of the Dunes is pretty cool. So this brings an artifact or creature with mana value 3 back to the battlefield. It means splashing black. We were thinking of splashing black anyway for Overwhelming Remorse. Sigil of Valor, just a breakthrough card if you've got a lot of creatures. I don't think we pick it. Okay, big creature. I think what we'd like is another good 2-drop creature. I'm quite a fan of Hoarding Recluse. Death Touch Reach stops everything, basically. I don't think we can afford to take another Great Desert Prospector. I think one's enough. Hero of the Dunes is pretty awesome. Hoarding Recluse is pretty great. We don't know if we're keeping green, though. We do have one Power Stone token maker in green. We're not losing a huge amount. We do have we have the Simian Simulacrum Unearth ability, which is pretty huge. But that is double green. That's quite hard to use. There's a few things we can bring back with Hero of the Dunes, I think. But I think I like Hoarding Recluse a little bit too much. I think we've got to go for that. Oh wow, another Hero of the Dunes, amazing. But we've got Arbalest Engineers, so this can make a Power Stone token. I think this is ahead at the moment. Maybe we are going 3 colours. There's an Evolving Wilds as well. Okay, let's get the Arbalest Engineers. Let's get some Power Stone tokens. Oh wow, okay. We've got Phyrexia. So we're already playing green-white. We'd need to splash blue for Phyrexia. There's also Arbalest Engineers. Well, I think we've got to take the rare here. Yeah, we'll keep her in the deck for the moment. We might be able to splash for her. It's another Arms Race. And I guess she is a reanimation spell for artifacts. She could get back a Portal to Phyrexia and a Spectrum Sentinel, because she brings back artifacts with total mana value 10. So that's definitely something. So here I'm excited by a second Hoarding Recluse. It's a good stopper. There's also Elsewhere Flask to try and mana fix our deck that's all over the place. Warding Recluse, I think. We could have had a lot of arms races if we really wanted. I've been impressed when I've seen Power Plant Worker. So, yeah, activate once a turn, so you can pump it to 6/6. Solid creature, to be honest. Can we afford another 5-drop in the deck? Maybe we can. Feel like we've got too many 3-drops right now, so I'm not that keen on Perimeter Patrol. I think what we've got to do, though, we've got to overhaul the deck a little bit and say, right, are we going for life gain? What's our actual strategy here? So if we cut all of the life gain things from the deck, that makes a lot of room. Tyrant's Onulet we could drop. I think we drop the one Overwhelming Remorse as well. That means what's one less colour to worry about. So we'll take the life gain thing out of the deck and just see where that leaves us. I think I don't want self-mill, so I'm taking out that creature. So we bin the medics and the Union of the Third Bath. It's quite liberating when you just identify a strategy that you can just eliminate from the deck, and it makes so much room. I think we're going towards creatures now. I think Levitating Statue's getting kind of less good. So maybe we can cut the statue. Deadly Riposte is still quite good. We definitely drop Ivory Tower. Spectrum Sentinel, maybe. Maybe, yeah, Meticulous Excavation's a bit silly. Maybe Goblin Firebomb's a bit silly as well. So this would leave us with we've got an Evolving Wilds there. We'd need 4 more cards to complete this deck. And yeah, it'd be nice to get a couple more 2-drop creatures, I think, at the very least. We do have we don't really need to pick any more 3-drops because we've got quite a few to choose from in here. So I think that's the situation if we're going a bit more aggressive. And actually we're low on 5-drops after that, after just culling all those cards. So I think that means Power Plant Worker is more pickable here. Right, we do have the ultimate ramp card, Battery Bearer. It's another one that needs blue. But hey, we're probably playing Phyrexia. So, and we've got big artifacts to cast. There's nothing else here is amazing. Well, Energy Refractor is what we should pick to fix our mana. But I'm going to be greedy. I'll go for this Battery Bearer. I don't know if we can support it in this deck, but we'll try. Talking of good 2-drops, there's another Dwarven Forge-Chanter. I think we should go for that, but there's also this elf that could ramp us. Recommission is another thing to think about. Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of these in the previous draft, but I never used them. But they are mana fixing. We will potentially have an artifact to tap as well. Energy Refractor could come out. We'll have Power Stones as well. I think maybe this is a good deck for Citadel Stalwart. I think it's going to be better than another Dwarven Forge-Chanter here. So we're going to pick that. Okay, solid 2-drop here. Tomical Honor Guard. There's a really good... This is a very good 5-drop. We've got 15 creatures in the deck now. We've gone for just a... Definitely gone for a conventional build now. There might be a cool non-creature deck here somewhere with a lot of life gain. But yeah, if we've got a lot of creatures now, Gaea's Courser is potentially playable. And it's a very strong 5-drop. But do we take it over a 2-drop when we kind of need a 2-drop? I guess we could play Levitating Statue in the 2 slot. Because maybe we've got enough non-creature spells to allow it. Okay, I'll be greedy again. I'll take Gaea's Courser. Because it's just a very good card. So that can protect artifact or creature. That can give us a flyer. Lauren's Escape could be good. I'm not sure I'd play it, but... Okay, another Stalwart. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's take that over the Gnarlroot Pallbearer. We can't really play either of these. Shoot Down is playable as well. Okay. Okay, I'd say we got something approaching a deck here, but it's very ambitious, going for 4 colours. At least we're just splashing for 2 blue cards, 2 very powerful blue cards. One thing is to look at how much white we've got as well. We could say white's a splash colour. I think we could cut Lauren's Escape straight away. Do we need Deadly Riposte? Prison Sentence is really good. Because it's looking red-green mainly. Okay, maybe we cut Deadly Riposte. Maybe Arms Race is a really stupid idea. Because even if we could bring out Portal to Phyrexia, then it would get sacrificed. But yeah, killing 3 things. This is a good 2-card combo, I think. But maybe we want Portal to Phyrexia to stick. We'll actually just cast it at full cost, I think. So we can just get a creature every turn. Should win the game. So yeah, so we only have 4 2-drops in the deck. If we look at our 2-drops and 1-drops. Levitating Statue could come in, maybe. At the moment we've got 17 creatures in the deck. A lot of 4-drop creatures, I notice. Yeah, Tucasia, Battery Bearer, Phalange Vanguard, 2 Hoarding Recluse. There's also a Shoot Down. I just wonder if we need a Shoot Down. Great. There's also Great Desert Prospector. He could be a big ramp card for me. Or Gaia's Courser we could drop, or the Power Plant Worker. I think, yeah, Gaia's Courser maybe. They've got to deal with Gaia's Courser. I think we can drop a Power Plant Worker and have the Levitating Statue. Maybe. That's probably just about better. And it's another artifact, a cheap artifact I can tap with Citadel Stalwart to get mana. Yeah, that's starting to look. I feel like that's starting to look like a deck. I don't think we'd play 2 islands here. I think it would be something like that. 3 plains, 6 mountains, 6 forest, and evolving wilds. It's going to be difficult to get the right mana. I think because we're relying on green for mana fixing quite a lot, we go up to 7 forests. Maybe we go down to 5 mountains. Yeah. So, yeah. We'll see what we can do with that. Maybe that'll work. Anyway, I think I'll call that end of part 1, and I'll have a bit more of a think about this. But this sort of looks okay. I don't know. Maybe it'll do something. It could easily be 0-3, and we'll just never be able to cast Port to Phyrexia, and we'll feel bad about it. We'll regret not playing Arms Race. But yeah, I don't want to rely on a 2-card combo, I think, because Arms Race has, I think, almost no utility. Well, it can Combat Thresher to draw a card and have a 3/3 double strike haster, which is okay. I'm just not that excited about that. Simian Simulacrum. I mean, you're paying 4 mana anyway, so it's more expensive than a lot of these artifact cards. Yeah, I don't think we have. We've just got the one, well, arguably 2 things that are good with this. So maybe not enough justification for this card. Yeah. Anyway, quite an interesting draft, I would say. Anyway, as I was saying, end of part 1. I'll have a think about this. Thanks for watching so far. Welcome, guys. So I've made one little change. So yeah, I thought it's not. Maybe this isn't the best levitating statue deck in the world. So it's got 16 creatures and I think 7 non-creature spells. Maybe we drop levitating statue. I was thinking about bringing Deadly Riposte back in, but it's just obviously white's a splash color and it's like a cheap removal spell. We're just not going to have the mana for it a lot of the time. I thought, no, let's drop Deadly Riposte. Let's be realistic. We've got some big spells. Let's run 18 land. It means I can put an extra mountain in. I didn't feel very good about going down to 5 mountains. So we got basically 7 red sources for our red 2-drops, which I feel good about. We've got the 8 green sources effectively with the Evolving Wilds, 4 white, 2 blue, and then we've got in the deck, in the spells, we've got 3 mana fixers, Energy Refractor and 2 Citadel Stalwart. So you can kind of add 3 to all of those, so it's like 5 blue sources, 7 plains, 7 white sources, kind of. So we'll see if we can get away with that. This deck does it. This definitely feels a lot more risky than the mono green deck. I don't know if this is going to work at all. We're pretty, as you can see, we're pretty weak in our 2-drop slot. I think we could get run over here by an aggro deck. There is in the sideboard. There's this life gain idea. We ended up with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 life gain cards plus Well of Lost Dreams. Well, Spectrum Sentinel doesn't really count because you can't really rely on your opponents having non-basics. So maybe 8 life gain cards to going with Well of Lost Dreams. So that's definitely a possibility. I think we'd maybe do a straight swap. We drop the red cards, or yeah, some of the sets. The trouble is we've got some really good red, green, and red, white cards, which are hard to get rid of, I think. But yeah, there's some kind of control-y, life gainy deck here with a lot of card draw from this, if we can draw it. But yeah, that seems really risky, to be honest. But yeah, it's one way to stall out the game, I suppose, and until we can cast Portal to Phyrexia. But yeah, I feel a bit more confident with it. This is more of a conventional approach. Well, it's a 4-color draft deck, as conventional as that can be. At least we're not trying to run the black card in here. Yeah, so we'll just have to, fingers crossed, see, hope for the best, see how it goes. This could very easily be a 0-3, and we will never cast Portal to Phyrexia, but we can have fun trying, I suppose. Okay, 3 of our colours. We're missing white for Prison Sentence. We've got the Stalwart. So we've got a turn 1 play, we've got a turn 4 play, and we've got Portal to Phyrexia in the opening hand. So it's kind of a 5-card hand at the moment, but I like the fact we've got some mana fixing, and we've top decked Arbalest Engineers, so they can give us a Power Stone that I can tap for white mana, if the Stalwart survives, that is. Cool, he's got a 2/1 creature. The Engineers could, of course, ping that to death with 1 damage, but I think we need that Power Stone. And we'll have to take the damage here. Okay. We've got 2 options. Arbalest Engineers to ping it. Swing for 1. Because we've got, I like the fact we've got this. Yeah, I think just take down this 2/1 creature. Feels like a good turn doing that. Swing for 1. We're not maximizing on our ramp potential, but seems like a good plan. So he's got rid of Mishra, 2/1 haster. So we'll need white mana for Takasia. I'm gonna. Oh, we have white mana, by the way. We've got. But I think we'll play According Recluse and swing for 3 because he's got no blockers. I think that's the best thing to do. Okay, that's out of there. Will this help him out? Well, he's playing black. I think he's going to bring Mishra back. Might help him out, but oh wow, we actually top decker planes. That's pretty amazing. So we can just straight up cast Phyrexia. And we're on 6 mana as well. Right now, if I was on the opposite side of this, I'd be getting mad. It's like, how if you manage to hit 4 different basic lands without anything to dig lands out of your deck? Usually it's the kind of thing that annoys me. He has a lot of draw and discard, so he's dropped a decent 2-drop. He wants something more substantial to try and stop me here. Now this is mana intensive, the Transmogrant Altar, I've got to say. Now, Evolving Wilds, okay, that's another land. I would say we can top deck another mountain. I think we go for double white here. I'm thinking of Phyrex's ability, which does need double green, double white, double blue. And we're just gonna swing in. Does she give everyone vigilance? Yes, she does. That's incredible. We're actually on 7 mana now, potentially. I'm going to Excavation Explosion to the face to get a Power Stone and end the turn. We've got lethal next turn, and we've got Portal to Phyrexia next turn, potentially as well. And we can tap all these guys to Surveil to find an untapped mana source. He's got 5 mana, so he's going to take out Phyrexia. That's alright. We didn't get to play our portal, never mind. But good start, I think. The mana actually worked out that game. So we're not going to go 0-3. That's sort of a relief. That was 3 colours of mana in the opening hand, and then we top decked to planes later, which is very lucky. Well, 3 colours of mana, opening hand, and we've got mana fixing. We've got 2 mana fixing things. This is literally, this has got to be the perfect hand. We've got removal on turn 3, creature on turn 4. But it's not over yet. My opponent gets to do stuff as well. We'll see how this works out. We don't have a creature on turn 2. We've got mana fixing, so he might be a bit more aggressive than that. Black, okay. Is he going to bolt the bird? Right, if we do a turn 3 Queen Kayla. Oh, yeah, so that's right. It's a 4 mana ability. It's artifacts or creatures that you discard, and it's 1, 2, and 3. So she could discard Energy Refractor and bring it back. But we've got nothing to do on turn 2, so I say we've got to play Energy Refractor here. Okay. No attacks. He's got a Mishra's Foundry. Nice. So that's, yeah, a rare land. You can turn it into a 2/2 creature for 2 mana. Will not block that. Battlefield Butcher. Okay. Yeah, 1/4. Right, so we can get red mana here. I'm thinking Excavation Explosion, blow up Phyrexia Demon. Because it's going to do me 2 damage next turn. If we look at Queen Kayla, we could play her. We could actually play a 4... We've got 4 mana, we could play Hoarding Recluse as well. And then... Actually, we could do Excavation Explosion and a Citadel Stalwart. So maybe that's good to do, yeah? So play a Forest and a Citadel Stalwart. No blocks. So yeah, it's a pretty aggressive rollout here. So this is difficult for me to block. It's got Menace. Would have been a better target for the explosion, but that is the way of things. We do have a spare Stalwart, I think. I think I will risk the Hoarding Recluse here. Right. Just thinking, this taps for only for non-artifacts, not for non-artifacts. Right. I'm just thinking, is there a way of getting 7 mana this turn? And there isn't. Only if I had an artifact. Because I'm just thinking we can tap the Hoarding Recluse for mana as well. No attacks. To stop this guy, I've got to double block with these 2 and lose a Stalwart. Which I will go for. And I might come to regret it, but we'll see. He's got Disfigure, okay. Well, he gets 2 for 1. Sure. Your graveyard. We'll put Excavation Explosion back in the deck. So, yeah, he got me there. Pretty good. Probably shouldn't have done that. Right. We have hit loads of land. We can pay 4 for this ability next turn, discard our hand. I want that island though. So yeah, that you can see why it would have been good to blow up the menace creature. If I try and block it, I get absolutely blown out by a simple bit of removal. Okay, so here we go. This is activated as a sorcery. We're going to take a huge amount of damage next turn, but we've got to use this ability, I think. Let's tap an island. Unlikely. We're unlikely to get a blue spell. Tap that. We're less likely to get a white spell, so we'll just keep green and red mana up. Activate the ability. Okay, solid. Play a mountain and prison sentence the Mishra's Juggernaut. That's the thing that does the most damage. Okay, that's a 2/3 first strike. That's better. I think getting bodies on the board is going to be the priority now. actually we managed to hit our mana. It's just we're getting destroyed by aggro at this point. 10 damage. And we have 3, 6, 7 mana, I would say. Can't play both of these. 2, 3 first strike. Pretty good, I think. This one costs more. It survives some of his... If he has red removal, it survives red removal, this thing. Just he might have the black removal card. In which case, well done. He has everything. And we'll do that. So just got to remember when something sacrifices, that gets bigger. Okay, no attacks. Very good. Right, how much mana do we have? 7 mana, so we can actually do both of these. He's got 5 power he can block with. I'm going to Phyrexia Vanguard. Why tap both green mana? Let's do that. Right, we're about to tap the Stalwart. I think this is our big opportunity to attack with Queen Kher, because she's done her job here. I'm gonna Opportunist, auto pay. Powerstone token, pump Queen Kher, because obviously I only want to attack with a Corsair when I've got 3 creatures in the graveyard. So let's see, Moment of Defiance gives lifelink. Very interesting. Okay, he's going for that. Doesn't cost him a card because that's a cantrip. That gets to be 3/2. But now I have 3 creatures in graveyard. Another Mishra's Juggernaut, which has to attack. Okay, and it cannot block. He wants to trade. He might have another Disfigure in hand, I'm thinking. Phyrexia Vanguard gets first strike if it gets a token. So I think I could attack with the Corsair now and just see what happens. Because it's getting me card advantage right now. We can give this guy first strike. Yeah, I think go with the Corsair. Draw a card. Oh. Why did I think that can't block? Of course Juggernaut can block. It just has to attack each round. Okay, I'm dumb. I need to read the cards. I thought that little icon there meant something else. Never mind. Okay, so what do? We're going to Hoarding Recluse, I think. See, if we cast our stuff before we attack. I mean, he might have hand removal, but we can get extra power on the board next turn. Okay, yeah, end the turn there. We're going to cast our spells next turn, so we can pump things up. That was a bit of a... we messed that up a bit, but unleash shell on him. Okay, sure. Never mind, so we will not get to pump things up. There's 5 damage, even if we'd given that some extra stuff. It would still have died, so never mind. Right, we'll just think about whether we can block this. If he sacrifices something... Yeah, I think we block here. I'm okay with that. Hopefully I'm not messing up here. Okay, fine, cool. Okay, how much mana have we got? 5, 6, 7 mana, effectively, right? So... we could make Horned Stone Seeker get through. I think it would be... because it's got Menace. I think it's maybe a good choice for a +1/+1. Because he's getting pretty short on blockers. He does have this for 5 damage. I've got to decide whether I want to chuck something in the way. I take 2 damage from that. So that's going to kill me. That's the other problem. He's got this for 5 damage. And okay, it's just going to come back to life. Okay. That's fair enough. So, Artifact Enchantment. We can't kill Battlefield Butcher. We're dead in 3 turns to this. We've got 6, 7 mana, I believe. So, not too many options. Luckily, there's a lucky top deck we had there. And that exiles it, which takes away the unearth ability. We can't play Hoarding Recluse, right? Because it's only 3 mana we've got effectively. I think he just can block our Blessed Engineers, but he might not want to. Let's attack like this, just so we can maximize on damage. We have a little issue though. We still have the Mishra's Foundry, which actually we're going to have to block. I've just realised. So yeah, I shouldn't have attacked with the engineers. Let's just think. So, what are my outs? If I top deck Phyrexian Portal, okay, he's just going to kill that, so I don't have a blocker. Fair enough. And then that taps, and I lose. So yeah, should not have attacked with this guy. I'd have got another top deck. I might have top decked the Portal. 6. Yeah, I had enough mana to play the Portal actually if I top decked it. But yeah. That's quite a nasty, aggressive deck, that one, with some... there's the concept of reach, and when it doesn't mean blocking flyers, it means like the extra little bit of damage you need to do to kill somebody. So yeah, that soldier tapping for 2 damage It's a good example of that type of reach. It's a pretty good card. Feel like I messed up a bit there. I think, yeah, the guy's course attack, I forgot that his, his dude, his Juggernaut could actually attack. So, that's where I had the Arbalest Engineers in hand. So I could have pumped it to 5/6. So he'd have had to maybe double block. And I'd have had the option of killing something else. So we've actually got quite a green hand. We've only got green and blue mana, so blue's one of our splash colours. So it's not too good, this one. But I think we'll just have to risk it. Because at least there's a couple of 2, maybe 3 things we can cast. Amazing. Okay, we top deck a planes, so we can actually do turn 4 to Gaea. That's pretty dangerous. Okay, we do not have red mana. We do not have our fixing. It's a dinosaur beast. We're going to try and block that and hope he doesn't have a combat trick. I think, yeah, it's to Gaea here. And at least we can tap the Opportunist to do a surveil. It's going to go for it. Going to go for the block. And we'll tap. What have we got on top? Arbalest Engineers. Okay, we can't cast them. I think they've got to go to the graveyard. As good as they are. Okay, good. That's off the battlefield. That's a relief. So he gets his 3/3 Hill Giant. Okay. Well, we can... That is an artifact. We can just shoot that down. We're on 6 mana here. So I think I want a full price Combat Thresher. So the option is shoot that down, swing in for 4 damage. I think I'd rather do Gaea's Courser here. Surveil to look for the next land and play full cost Combat Thresher, and then that's a good defender against the golem. So he does indeed have the removal for this, so fair enough. That is gone. Will he try and attack? Yeah. Knows I don't want to trade off to Gaea, so I will let that through. Okay, activate the ability. Okay, shame. We cannot cast red spells, so we're going to get rid of Queen Kayla. There's the mountain. Nice, okay. So we can either play the Combat Thresher or we can Excavation Explosion. So Combat Thresher can run into his next removal card, but I think I like this because it draws me a card. And I will attack like that. Tyrant of Kher Ridges. Deals 4 damage to any target. Ouch. Okay, well I'm glad I kept back the shoot down. We have a target for shoot down. Okay, we are taking 3 damage from that. We've got to remember to surveil. Warding Recluse is a good card. Okay, I'm going to keep playing my lands. We have, so I've got 8 mana here. We just shoot this down. Bye-bye. I think this is very annoying, and I'm just going to Excavation Explosion it. It keeps going through for 3 damage, and we'll swing for 4 damage. And then we've got, should be enough mana for Portal, if we find that. Okay, 4/6, pretty scary, so that can be, that attacks as an 8/6. Activate the ability. Simian Simulacrum. Okay, cool. Yeah, keep that. Okay, we'll play the Recluse. So the good news is this thing does not have trample, but it goes up to 8 power when it attacks. Right, we can make Tokasia a 6/5, but I think... yeah, we'll play the Simulacrum. This guy is Death Touch, I guess. Yeah, put the tokens on this, and then he's less vulnerable to burn spells. That might be the right call. And a 4/3 Simulacrum just it isn't enough to deal with the Crusher. And he's still got 3 cards left, which is pretty scary. But if we can top deck the Portal, we're doing well. And he's had one of his rares. He's had Tyrant of Kher Ridges. So potentially, probably about 2 more he could have. Brotherhood's End, 3 damage to everything. Well, that sucks. That's, talking of rares, that's rare number 2. He did manage to get 2 red rares. Glad I put the tokens on the Recluse, but if I put them on the Simulacrum, everything was going to die. So I was thinking, hey, red usually does about 3 damage. So we'll activate this ability. We can ditch the plains. Okay, she's about to go to the graveyard, and she can do something with 2 plains from the graveyard. But we need... no. I think I'll get rid of that. Let's see if he's got follow-up removal. I'm going to obviously block that. I don't want to take 8 damage. My graveyard. So, what do I want to see again? Maybe the shoot down. This brings artifacts back. Let's get a shoot down again. Power. Okay. So we need double white, double blue to activate this. So if we got our fixing artifact, we might be onto something. Good top deck, I've got to say. This one doesn't give first strike, right? Okay, yeah, that seems like a good target for the Simulacrum. Go ahead and unearth. Pump this guy up so he's out of range of the typical red burn spells. Swing in like that. He's going to take the damage. Okay. He does have Mask of the Jade Crafter, so this will be a 5/5. It's a little bit too big for Falaji Vanguard. Fair enough. So that's a bit of a problem. That could definitely kill us. We're gonna need to top deck something. Another removal spell for the Vanguard. Yep, sure. 7 damage. Why not? Oh yeah. Okay, and the +7 power. Okay, so actually, the Blanchwood Prowler is actually going to kill us. I was saying, wasn't I? Right, he's had 1 rare. He's had a red rare, Tyrant of Courageous. He might have 2 more rares in the deck. What does he have? He has Brotherhood's End to kill 2 of my creatures. Okay, he must be out of red rares. No, he's got Mishra's Command as well. He's got 3 red rares in the deck. Absolutely unbelievable. But, yeah. One of those things. Still, I can't use this in the graveyard. Let's think. Do I want to play a land? 7, 8, 9. Maybe I don't want to play a land. Okay. Absolutely reasonable magic. Oh, okay. Well, I'm dead because he's got Blitz Automaton. To be fair, my mana worked out. I got all my colours of mana, so I can't complain. I can't complain. Okay, looks like it might... Well, it's not going to be 0-3, but it might be 1 and 3. My fear was I'd get mana screwed and lose that way. I'm not getting mana screwed. I'm losing to good cards. So that's something. I feel like that counts for something. But we may never see Portal to Phyrexia, I fear. Or at least it's not going to get into play. We did see it in an opening hand. Right, we have an aggressive start, a 1-drop and a 2-drop. Probably can play this on 4 if we get a land. Probably can't play Battery Bearer for quite a while. So it's like a 6-card hand. I think we keep it. I say we keep it. It's a good aggressive start. Citadel Stalwart, I forget, that taps for mana, so we can have a turn 4 Battery Bearer. And we've even got Evolving Wilds, so that has worked out. Yeah, my mana's worked out perfectly. Two islands. What's the blue deck like here? Well, it's going to be a flying deck. Okay. This will be our most aggressive start. And then we can play something for 4 mana this turn. So let's remind me what the Arbalest Engineers do. I could even play Gaia's Corsair, right? If I tap the Sown Seeker for mana. No, I can't. I'm talking nonsense. It's not an artifact. Right. Now, I think arguably, do we play Battery Bearer here? Too many options. Arbalest Engineers with haste is good. They give themselves haste, 3/3. I think that's very solid indeed. Let's do that. That's the most aggressive thing I can do when maybe he's got a slow start. That's got menace, that gets through. 5 damage through on turn 3. That's pretty decent. We've only got 2 blue cards in the deck. I'm just wondering, do I actually go for an island Evolving Wilds? Okay, he's going to sacrifice that and kill that, and I lose my Power Stone. So he's playing black in the deck as well. Interesting. What does this guy do actually? He's got Vigilance, he can draw and discard and make... Ooh, to make Power Stone tokens. That's pretty solid. Okay, so we can hold off on the Evolving Wilds question here. We can just play Hoarding Recluse on curve. But we might want the Corsair, of course. Well, we can do the Battery Bearer next turn. Okay, let's keep the pressure up. Let's keep attacking with these guys. Then we'll have this defensive card. He'll draw and discard. Is he going to discard an artifact and get a Power Stone? That's the crucial question. Has he stacked his deck with... Yes, he has. Very nice. So this is quite scary if you can keep doing this and keep ramping. Herbling Anointer. Ooh, that's a nice one. So that can bring stuff back, and that can become a 2/4. And he's got the combo. Nice. Of course, he's got card draw, reusable card draw. This becomes a 2/4 blocker. Beautiful. Okay, we actually hit a forest, so we can just play Gaea's Corsair this round. When this dies, it brings something with mana value 2 back. It has to be a creature, I believe. Target creature card. So I'm thinking attack with these 2 guys. Because I'm winning the race, I'll attack with my defensive creature here. Seems fine. Play the forest, play Gaea's Corsair. Then obviously that becomes a 3/5. Very, very, very scary. You can get, and that's a 4 mana creature he can bring back. Okay, Queen Kayla bin Krug. I think we're gonna look for a plains with the Evolving Wilds, to be honest, and play Queen Kayla next turn. So obviously Arbalest Engineers cannot attack into a 3/5, so Gaea's Corsair will just get blocked as well. Okay, let's go to combat. Okay, right. Hoarding Recluse can keep attacking. Gaia's Courser. Let's attack with Gaia's Courser anyway. There's maybe a mild risk of something bad happening. Coilless Rock, okay. Tap Power Stone. Blocks the Recluse, so trades off. So he's got this. That actually gets through for damage. Okay, so he potentially is going to bring back Coilless Rock when that gets to 5. I think we've got to get rid of this from the graveyard. Okay, let's play Evolving Wilds. Let's play the Battery Bearer. That's another 3/4 creature, which is okay. And I'm going to end the turn there. That's tapping. That's one less blocker he's got. So now he's got to worry about the fact that I might just get through with enough creatures to win this. So Flow of Knowledge. That leaves him with just 1 island and 2 power stones, so I think he's looking for an answer to the situation. How is he going to gain the life he needs? Okay, that's a total of 4 mana. That can be unearthed. Okay, that's going to cost you 1 life point. That's going to draw you a card. I think we got him. I'll pop this now. Get... Right, good game. So I guess what the interesting thing there was just holding off on the Evolving Wilds, so I could get a few more top decks and kind of figure out whether I need to go for an island or a plains. Okay, we get to 2 wins. That's not bad. That was yeah, the green-red aggro kind of opening. So, and we were up, yeah, our opponent was just a bit slower. Now the good news here, we have Combat Thresher, we have white mana, so this can draw us a card. The bad news is we've got expensive things, 5 mana things. And we've got an awkward thing to cast, so it's like a 4-card hand, but we get to draw an extra card. A lot of people, I think, would mulligan this one. If we're against aggro, an aggro kind of roll out, we're dead, 100%. But I'm going to gamble, and I'm going to keep this one because we've got 3 land. We've got one of our main colours. We've got our 3rd colour. Any kind of card draw in the opening hand excites me. I think, that's going to fix all my problems, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'll top deck an island. Oh, there's the portal. That's another expensive thing. Oh dear. If he could see my hand right now, he would laugh his head off. Right. We can deploy the Combat Thresher. We have 1 extra land, so that's a good start. We might get our 5 drops out on time. Perfect. We've got a 4 drop for next turn. And these 2 will actually trade off amazingly because I've got a double striker. Oh, that's a good card. It's not attacking. Okay. Right. Can't cast the red card. Play this one. No attacks. But he's got a really good setup here. With the Dissident, so he can keep pumping his creatures. There we go. And he's got three of his colours, and he's fixed all his mana. It's looking terrifying, to be honest with you. Just need to remove them from my Death Toucher, and he's away. Really, that's two artifacts played this turn. That's terrifying. We hit a mountain. That's fantastic. Okay. Really interestingly, Great Desert Prospector gets me to get when he enters the battlefield, tap Power Stone token for each other creature you control. Okay, he doesn't create one for himself. He makes 2 Power Stones, so that gets me to 7 mana. If I'm thinking that might be as good as it gets, because my creatures are going to start blowing up soon. And then it's just 2 mana off pool to Phyrexia. I just need to draw a couple of things. I mean, how hard could it be? Couple of mana sources. We've also got just a solid 4/5 creature. We've got this lady who is a 2/3. So I think it's the Great Desert Prospector. I think getting 2 Power Stones off this guy is pretty good. Because, yeah, we're going to have to start blocking quite soon. Could we see Portal to Phyrexia this game? I think we're going to need it if we're going to win. We're just two mana away. Can we do it? He didn't attack. That's very good news for us. Right. We can't double spell this round. So I think let's go for the big creature. The biggest creature we can muster. He's got 2 cards left. No attacks. And you start to think, damn, I should have gone greedy. I should have played more creatures before the Prospector. I didn't know it was. I thought he's got the breakthrough here. He's got artifacts. He's got a dude to attack with. But he can pump his team with this guy for 5 mana. This taps for mana. This is like an extra land, so we've got to be aware of that. Energy Refractor, we like this. So this is an extra card. Go for that. Let's please draw a land. We actually do want to draw land now. Excavation Explosion. Okay, that gives us a Power Stone token. The thing I want to take out is I think do we kill the Ocean Dissident? Do we kill Ambush Paratrooper? Because that's also a scary flying thing. The potential for this guy to make huge creatures is quite terrifying, so I'm going to blow up the Dissident. It might be the wrong call, but I like the fact that this is... So he gets to 2/2. It's not enough. It's crucially not enough. A bit worried there for a second. Right. Right, no attacks. Yes, he's pumped that, so obviously it can kill my Gaia's Courser. And he's going to gain life with this guy every round. Okay. Five, 6, 7, 8 mana. 1 mana off. If he's got a counter spell, I am just going to be absolutely devastated, because he's got double islands, double forests, double plains. Got Energy Refractor. I can play Phyrexia for 5 mana. I think there's no need to panic. I think we can build up our board a bit more. We'll play Phyrexia. She might eat a counterspell because she's amazing. He's not playing black, so he's not going to be making me discard stuff. Let's have Queen Kayla Bin Krug as well. I've got a pretty good board here. but I'm not going to attack. End turn. Right. What are the chances he's going to top deck a counter spell now? Plains. What would be the perfect thing for him to top deck? I can see. I've got 4 creatures who can surveil here. I'm just kind of worried he's going to concede, because before I even play the portal. But let's tap you. Get to surveil 4 times. Don't need a forest. Just recap 5, 6. Yeah, we've got enough mana. Don't need that. That's a good card. Keep that one on top. Go for it. Gotta go for it. Portal to Phyrexia. Counterspell. Resolves. Yep, pump those creatures. It's got the 5/5. Fair play. Just swing with the Death Touch, or maybe we don't care about losing these ones. We'll just swing in like that. Might have disenchant for this, so I might not get my creatures back from the graveyard. Okay, he's got a 3/3, so that can bring something back. The Mine Worker, yep. Seems like a good move. He's going to start pumping his creatures up again. Nice. And I am going to surveil, find a breakthrough card, I think. Oh yeah, that of course activates the Corsair. I think Arbalest Engineers are quite good here, so I'll keep that on top. Right, my turn. Your graveyard. I mean, Kayla can come back, but I think I like the Ambush Paratrooper here, who can pump my Gaea's Corsair, which is pretty cool. And that can draw me a card. Tyrant can get pumped to 5 power. That can get pumped to 5 power. We've got how much? 5, 6. We've only got 9. We can't do a double pump, so I'll keep Combat Thresher back. I'll attack like this. Oh wow, we have Gaia's Gift as well. So, Gaia's Gift on you. Ambush Paratrooper pump. And damage. Your graveyard. I just don't want to run out of cards, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. And turn. I can play that creature. Still got Lethal this turn. Well, we did it. We got the portal out. I am happy. And that gets us to 50-50. Pretty good going. Yeah, it seems weird to be saying this is like, you know, this is quite a risky deck when it's got Portal to Phyrexia, but it feels like a long shot getting surviving to 9 mana. Okay, Energy Refractor just fixes all our mana. We've got a removal spell. So we could do this for 4 mana, this for 5 mana. So I think this is a keep. But yeah, no early creatures. Oh yeah. Okay. But we have top decked a mountain, which is fantastic. So we kind of know where this is going. I'm tempted to explosion this guy straight away. So we've got a card in the deck that does 1 damage. Yeah, Excavation Explosion on the runner. Helps me ramp out some mana. Might not be the best thing to do, but... Oh, he's coming back. Can actually play Phyrexia here. Could play Hoarding Recluse. Decent blocker. I feel it's less risky than playing Phyrexia. I'm watching Phyrexia get killed. Expecting removal on the Recluse here. Okay. Well, if he's got Disfigure, so then fair enough. I think I'll take out the Blast Runner. Maybe. Disfigure, by any chance. Against the combat trick. Fair enough. Okay. My graveyard, I'm going to put Excavation Explosion on the bottom of my deck. Okay, yeah, we don't have a good thing there. So I think very scared by Goblin Blast Runner coming in for 3. I think I might use Prison Sentence on him. The Stalwart can block the Mutt because it's all hands to the pump at this stage, I think. Okay, how about a Forest next turn? I think that's good. Is Battery Bearer good? Yeah, we can play Battery Bearer. Got a fast start, this guy, so I'm going to have to block the elf. Vermin. Ah, you Son of a gun. So, oh, he's going to mill himself. Oh, I was thinking he's seen me scry for 2 and keep everything on top. He's going to get me. Right, the 3-2. I've got it. So it's a case of I've just got to decide what I want to trade for the 3-1 here. I say 3-2. Yeah. I could just play this because it's expensive. Get it out of my hand. I'm not going to actually keep any creatures, realistically. Yeah, it's the worst Great Desert Prospector ever, but it's just clunky and expensive. I've just got to use it to try and survive. Yeah, it hits. He meets an Excavation Explosion and take a vast amount of damage. Raise to the ground is gone. How much life do we have left? 5 life points. That's gone away. We have 5 mana plus a Power Stone. Power Stone doesn't do much. Right, we know he's got Raise to the Ground. Raise to the Ground. I mean Excavation Explosion in the deck. I think that means we play the thing with 4 toughness, which is the Battery Bearer. So, and then we can also block Scrapwork Cohort. Take 3. Let's guess what? It's another combat trick. Of course it is. Great, love it. Down to like 2 cards. Who gets the combat trick? All right, that's fair. I'm not gonna get to Gaea here. I'm not gonna get to do anything with. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good game. So yeah, just black-red aggro, absolutely destroying me. Fair enough. Block like that. We had that slow hand that I kept, but it did have a removal card. It had mana fixing, so it seemed all right against any deck other than Rakdos aggro, probably. And Boros aggro. Probably quite fast in this as well. Still, we managed 50% with a questionable deck, I would say. I mean, it's got a fantastic bomb rare in there, but we're trying to get it out with Power Stones, so we managed to do it once, and that definitely won me the game. So, well, that was definitely something. It's a greedy deck. We've got quite a we have. If you look at the 2-drop slot, we've only got 4 2-drops. It's recommended to have 7 2-drops, right? So our curve is wonky here. But yeah, we could have been running Deadly Riposte, but it's I decided white is my 3rd color, so it's just not going to be able to. We're not going to cast that consistently. We had the lifegain theme in, which we left in the sideboard. Maybe it could have done something against Rakdos aggro. 2 Union of the 3rd Path, 2 Yoshin Medic, and then we've got the payoff Well of Lost Dreams. We've got Ivory Tower, which you kind of want to draw lots of cards and not use any cards with Ivory Tower. But I suppose Well of Lost Dreams is a very good combo with Ivory Tower to help you just keep your hand nice and full. It's a nice idea. I think if I had more than 1 Ivory Tower, that would be a bit more doable. It's an interesting idea. I did not want to risk doing it in draft, where you've got all these aggro decks. But yeah, that was an interesting experiment. We left out the Levitating Statue just because I thought we're running a lot of creatures. We don't have many non-creature spells. It's not the best deck for Levitating Statue. It's mana intensive to use this as a blocker as well. So yeah, I mean, you can see that wouldn't have done any. I don't think that would have done anything against that aggro deck. I remember in the draft I did pass on the white recommission spell, which is a bring back a 3 mana or less creature or artifact. That could have been good in this deck, with definitely with Simian Simulacrum. That could have been amazing. So we did pass on that, but it meant we could focus more on green and red in this deck and just sort of splash white for some cool creatures and a removal spell, basically. I think first time playing Great Desert Prospector, we saw it make 2 Power Stones in the previous, the sort of penultimate game, but yeah, the more usual thing was in the last game where we just played him as the only creature, because my opponent got creatures and removal, so I couldn't keep anything on the board. Yeah, my opponent had the 2 of the +2 power first strike and trample combat tricks, which are pretty devastating. But I don't know. I block. I just block creatures. I don't really think about it. I feel like it's yeah. He's getting to convert one of his cards into a combat trick gets converted into a removal spell. Fair enough. But I think I'm going to continue blocking things and hoping they don't have combat tricks. I think. It is important sometimes when you've got a creature that you don't want to risk, I suppose. But there you go. Anyway, so yeah, interesting deck. And also, compared to the mono green deck, I did that draft. I had 2 Sentinel Stalwarts. I decided not to play it because it's mono green. This thing helps fix for other colors. I think that this is where you play the Sentinel Stalwart when you're playing multiple colors. Definitely makes sense as a mana fixer. But doesn't make maybe as much sense as just a pure ramp card for a mono green deck, I would say. So I'm glad I tried those out, and they were pretty good. I will just claim my prize now. 3 wins gets you 300 gems. Pretty good. Anyway, I think that is a video. So thanks for watching.